Amy Fleming woke up with a start, her heart racing and tears streaming down her face. The room was dark, the early morning light just beginning to creep through the curtains. She sat up, breathing heavily, and glanced around the familiar surroundings of her bedroom. Everything felt so real, so vivid. She touched the empty space beside her, where Ty had once slept. The pain of his absence was a wound that never healed. And the past few years had been a blur of grief, responsibilities, and trying to find a new normal without him. Amy wiped her tears and took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. "It was just a dream," she whispered, trying to convince herself. Just a dream. But it had felt so real, the heartache, the struggle, the moments of joy and sorrow. Amy closed her eyes and tried to shake off the lingering emotions. She needed to get up, start the day, and take care of Lindy and the ranch. Life moved on, even when it felt impossible. As she swung her legs over the side of the bed and stood up, a wave of dizziness washed over her. She held onto the bedpost for support, blinking rapidly. Something felt different, off. The air seemed warmer, the sounds outside more vibrant. She took a cautious step forward and then another, making her way to the door. When she opened it, the familiar scent of coffee wafted through the air, mixed with the smell of hay and horses. Amy's heart skipped a beat. She walked down the hallway, her footsteps echoing in the silence. She reached the kitchen, and there, standing by the stove, was Ty. Her breath caught in her throat. "Ty?" she whispered, afraid to believe it. He turned around, a warm smile spreading across his face. "Morning, Amy," he said casually, as if nothing had changed, as if he had never been gone. Amy's legs felt weak, and she gripped the edge of the counter for support. "Ty, you're here. You're really here." Ty's smile faltered, concern flickering in his eyes. He walked over to her and placed his hands on her shoulders. "Amy, what's wrong? Did you have a bad dream?" She nodded, tears streaming down her face. It felt so real. You were gone. You died, and I had to go on without you. It was awful." Ty pulled her into his arms, holding her close. "I'm here, Amy. I'm right here. It was just a nightmare. I'm not going anywhere." Amy clung to him, her heart pounding in her chest. She felt his warmth, his heartbeat, and she knew this was real. This was her reality. She pulled back slightly, looking up into his eyes. "I can't believe it. It was so vivid, so painful." Ty gently brushed a tear from her cheek. "But it wasn't real. We're together, and that's what matters." Amy nodded, a smile breaking through her tears. She felt a weight lift off her shoulders, a sense of peace washing over her. "I love you, Ty. I love you too, Amy," he said, leaning down to kiss her softly. As they stood there, wrapped in each other's embrace, the sun rose higher, casting a golden glow over Heartland. Amy knew that no matter what dreams or nightmares might come, she had her family, her ranch, and most importantly, she had Ty. Together, they could face anything, and this was a new dawn for them both.